Hey, what's going on? This is Muriel from the Sunshine family. If you are worried and think about, do I need to worry about a hurricane in Costa Rica? Then stick to my video to the end, because I'm gonna touch on that topic, since there is a hurricane right now entering Costa Rica soon. And I'm going to update you about how can you inform yourself if you're thinking about coming to Costa Rica now or soon. If you are in Costa Rica right now and you wonder, where do I find the information and what can I do in case of a hurricane? And what do I have to know about hurricanes in the country Costa Rica overall? I'm gonna touch on it. Firstly, a little bit about myself right here coming up, so you know exactly why I'm making these videos. Okay, let's dive in the facts. Hurricane Costa Rica, is it reasonable to be worried? I would say yes and no, and it's a double answer, and I will dive into why. So first of all, right now it's the end of June 2022, and there is a hurricane entering the area of Costa Rica. They have expected to enter Nicaragua and then land in Costa Rica about Friday. At the Caribbean side. Now let me state this first. In hurricane season, which is now, at this time of the year, until October, November, no, more or less October in the Caribbean, around the islands over there, it is more likely that Costa Rica's Caribbean coast is suffering more than the Pacific coast. That is basically topographical scene effect, you know, due to how the world is built up. Most hurricanes come from the other side, meaning that if you are living where I live at the Pacific coast, there is a large piece of Costa Rica in between, including a big piece of mountains. And but that doesn't mean that we won't see the results of a hurricane. So it's always good to know a couple of things. So first of all, how do you know when a hurricane is coming and what to expect from it? Well, I just learned from a Tico friend that there is an institute who have a website, but also a Facebook fan page, and I will state all the information below my video, so you can just click on that link to find them. And it is called, in letters, IMN, and that stands for Instituto, in my best Spanish, Instituto Meteorológico Nacional de Costa Rica. So it's a national Costa Rica institute, which gives very clear, specific Costa Rican predictions and expectations and advice for people in Costa Rica, which I think is really, really good. And I looked them up. So first of all, if you do not speak Spanish or just a little, the website, if you use Google Chrome, you can ask Google to translate the website in your preferred language. So that is how you can always read Spanish translated. So there's no reason for you to say, yeah, but I don't speak Spanish, so I cannot follow. Yes, you can. Use Google Chrome and let it be translated. Secondly, there is also another website. I will have to look it up, but I posted in the description below as well. that's more worldwide predictions of hurricanes, and that is a website in English. So you have two great resources, but I will stick to the Costa Rican one because we're talking about Costa Rica, right? So what is good to know? Well, I just stated that at the Caribbean side it's always more intense, but still, when a hurricane is coming, this is what we're gonna do. So there's always some loose laying around stuff, right, in and around the house. For example, we have some roofs that we were reconstructing and they're not totally constructed well. So we're going to construct all the roofs. We're going to put all loose standing plants together. We're going to be able to close the doors. But really the best tip that my Tico friend gave me, be sure that you have enough water and food in the house. So be sure that when everything stops working or whatever, that you are safe, that you're indoors, that your animals are indoors and safe, that you have food and water, okay? Not to get panicked now, because when I speak to people who live here for a long time, they have learned to live with this. This is part of life. If you know your area where you live, you do know that when a lot of rains will fall, where the mud streams will be. I hope that you do know. So don't be naive. So if you're in a place where you think that you're kind of downhill and there's a lot of stuff built above your head, you know, there are some weird properties and rentals built on really weird places. Be aware that nature can be rough when heavy rains fall, and landslides are a fact. Right, so be sure that your location is safe, that you have food and water, and that you kind of know when a hurricane is being intensive and where they predict it to be, or where it's going to basically, how do you say that, the final pieces will be. That can be heavy storms, so don't underestimate that. So basically that is my biggest advice. Again, not to frighten you, but this morning I was in my gym and my dear coach Marco just said it out loud, you know, be aware of that the hurricane is coming. And although we are at the safe side of Costa Rica, you don't know, and they never can predict 100% the course of the hurricane. So just preparing is always good. Check out the local news in your town, in your area. Warn others. So if you think, wow, I have new neighbors, they just arrived from I don't know where and they have no clue, it's always good to help each other, right? So put a post in your local Facebook group or talk to your neighbors. Hey, are you aware of that the hurricane is coming, and are you sure that you have food and water in the house, and that you're prepared, and that your house is safe? And then just sit it out, and that's basically it. That's what we're going to do. Oh, and I forgot to mention, take precautions. For example, cancel trips. I literally have changed my flight. No, not my flight, my trip. I was planning on having a dental trip to San Jose to replace some fillings, like 4 fillings, and you know, it's a big treatment, so I thought I'm gonna do that in San Jose. My favorite dentist there. For controls, I do it here in town. But because I live on a peninsula, I live close to Santa Teresa, we have to take the ferry. Flying in this season is always unpredictable, so we were planning to make a little road trip. The kids stay home. My daughter is 18, remember, with the dogs. But we canceled the trip because we don't want to have our kids without the adults at home. And we're not gonna count on that there's not going to be weird stuff happening on the ferry. Perhaps the ferry is cancelled, because if the ocean is super strong, you don't want to be on a ferry, really. No. So I postponed my Airbnb, I postponed my dental appointment, both with a week, and that's just out of safety precautions. Not that it's going to be rough, we don't know, perhaps it will, but that's just, don't be ashamed or shy to just cancel your flights or cancel road trips, or just cancel. And just, this is what I've learned: look around you and listen to the laws and the things that's happening in nature. And you cannot mess up with nature. Like, you know, you cannot fight the ocean either, right? you have to respect the elements, and this is part of life for ages here, and we respect it. So that's what we're gonna do, and I hope that you found value in my video. Again, I will put the resources of the IMN website and fan page below my video, including the other website of the more worldwide hurricane website. But I would stick to the national one, the Costa Rica one, because it's more precise, I think. And with that being said, thanks for watching my video. Looking forward to reading your comments below. And for questions, or if you're interested in learning what I do and teach online, I teach people how to build their businesses online with automation, passive income, affiliate marketing, coaching. I do different things. I'm really passionate about it. That's only for those who are interested in that. Check out the description below, click on one of my links, or reach out to me to ask me more info about my coaching and other things. And with that being said, thanks again. Stay safe, use your common sense, and meanwhile enjoy Costa Rica, because it's an amazing place to be. Let me show you before I close down where I am. I'm at the beach. I was waiting for my son, who is at kickboxing, and I was doing some Spanish homework, although I was a little bit out of my concentration, because I thought, oh, I need to make this video about the hurricane in Costa Rica entering this Friday. So everyone, this Friday it's gonna come, and be safe. Peace. Bye.